Welcome everyone, glad you're here. As for today's figure review, we'll be looking at Storm Collectibles Baki Hanma. As for start, let's look at the front of the box. We have the figure here and all of his accessories, a promo art of the figure, and at the sides, Baki with his fighting gear, and at the other one, his casual outfit during the father and son duel, and at the top, the title, and at the bottom, some warning labeling, and lastly at the back, some promo arts of the figure featuring some various poses and all of his head accessories. Pretty nice. So yeah, without further ado, let's open it up. Alright, now that the figure is out of the box, and before we head into articulation, this backdrop is actually removable from the box, which is very nice. You can see a crowd of people here in the city on the background. I think this is actually from the father-son fight, fight scene, which is actually pretty cool. It could be actually set up like that, for picture taking and all that. Very nice. But we're just gonna let it take it aside for now, and let's focus on the figure. Alright, to start off, the head can move down that much, can move up that much, can rotate all the way, can tilt from side to side, and the head is actually, or rather the neck actually, is only a ball joint. As for the chest, it's actually made out of rubber, so for the upper chest, can bend down that much, and can bend backward right about that much. It can also rotate and can tilt from side to side. And the same goes for the lower torso. Can bend down that much, can bend backward that much, and can also rotate and tilt. Alright, as for the arms, can go up that much. Same goes for the other side. It does have butterfly joints. A bicep swivel, can rotate all the way. Double jointed elbow. Wrist swivel. And this hinge. My only nitpick in these arms are I wish the biceps were made by the same material as the chest, so he can actually reach his face, so he can perform some Baki poses. But no, that's how far I can reach with that. And lastly, the legs. I think the legs are on a hinge here, see that? But moving forward, you can reach that far. You can reach backward right about that much. It has thigh swivel, which is great. Double jointed knees. And an ankle swivel. Ankle hinge, and a toe pivot. It's great. As for the accessories, let's start with the head. We have the screaming face. Really detailed. I really like that one. And getting punch face. Very nice. Really like the trickling of blood from his nose here. And of course getting punched. And lastly, the demon activated face, where his hair rises up. And as for the hands, but before that, they actually gave us 2 extra wrist pegs in case yours break. So hopefully it doesn't come to that, but it's a nice gesture that they, gave us some instead. As for the hands, we have open palm, where he's demonstrating his demon back. Really nice. Some grappling hands. Nice. The praying mantis hands. Really nice. And his hands whenever he does his fighting stance. And lastly, some relaxed hands. All of these hands are very soft. And of course the fisted hands on the figure. And lastly, his shoes for his civilian clothes. Very nice. Really like the accessories for this one. Oh, and last but not least, his civilian clothes. It's really well made. It's actually very stretchy. And the zipper is actually made of Velcro, which is nice. Alright, now for some overall thoughts on this figure. I really like the posing ability of this Baki. I mean, look at him. He's on his toes, man. And he can just stand right there. Just like that, without even falling. It just goes to show how much, balance he has. And the overall scope of his figure, like the scars, the paint application, the hair, the face, it's pretty good, man. I really like it, and especially the carving of the back, or the demon back. Like, they really did a good job with this one. Oh man, you gotta wonder what the 1/6 scale of this figure is gonna be like, in hand. I mean, I'm not gonna get it, but but just for the size of this guy, they're just gonna make one that's much bigger and more detailed. Like, it's great, dude. And by the way, these 2 hands, they do an amazing job of making Baki balance his iconic balancing poses. Like, I'll do some pictures and some videos to show you, but man, this has been a great help achieving those balances, man. Yeah, they're great. And now, before the size comparison, I'm gonna put on his clothes first, and we'll see how it compares with with other figures. So let's do it. And here he is, Baki with his civilian clothes. I really like the aesthetics of this clothes. It really fits Baki. And the shirt is really fitted on him. And I really had trouble putting these pants on because it's always big ass butt. But yeah, it doesn't hinder his articulation much. just makes him look, you know, different compared to his, you know, usual gear. But yeah, this is Baki with his civilian clothes. And my only gripe are these shoes, because they're not, you know, like really flat, so just making him stand up, it tends to rock back. So, you know, you really gotta find a flat surface, you know, just to make him stand. So yeah. Alright, now for some size comparisons. But before I compare him to some of my other figures, I would like to compare him to some common items that you can find on your household, just so you can have like a general sense of how he scales off compared to these items. So to start off, here is a ball pen and a marker. Okay, next is, here's a spoon and a fork. Okay, here's a water bottle, and here's a PlayStation 5 controller, and lastly, here's an egg. Alright, now let's get to the other figures. Alright, now for some other figures. Let's start with some male ones. So to start off, here's CT Toys Spider-Man and Marvel Legends Secret Wars Black Symbiote Spider-Man. Okay, and next is CT Toys Brown Suit Wolverine and CT Toys Tiger Stripe Wolverine. Okay, and here's Mayfix Dark Knight Returns Batman. Okay, and the next one is Gong Studios and Pop Mart's Superman and Shazam. Right, and last but not least, Storm Collectibles Yujiro Hanma, his daddy. Alright, and lastly, for some female figures, here's Marvel Legends Classic She-Hulk and my custom Fison body Android 18. Okay, next is Jada Toys Cammy and SH Figure Arts Sakura Kasugano. Okay, and last but not least, here is my 1/6 Starman Chun-Li and the same company 1/6 Starman Cammy White. Alright, now for some final thoughts. Overall, this is a great Baki figure. I think the best one out of all the previous, you know, iterations. Great body sculpt and superb paint application on the figure, and a great tailoring on his shirt and pants. And other than the nitpick that I have with, you know, not reaching his face, you know, with his arms, this guy can really pull off some amazing articulation. Like, he can really balance himself out, especially with, you know, his high kicks, and, you know, with his one arm balance, and especially with those open palm hands. That really helps a lot, especially with those balancing acts that he does. So yeah, overall this is a great purchase for me, and I hope that we can see more characters with the Baki franchise with Storm Collectibles. My wish list actually is, if they ever make a Musashi Miyamoto from the series, especially with the announcement that they are doing the next art, which is about him. So yeah, overall really happy with this one. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. Thanks for watching the video. I hope that this was informational, and I hope that I'll see you in the next one. All right, be good, guys, and happy collecting. See ya.